What is up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about what we need to prep for Hattorii. So Hattorii is going to come out in like 2 days, and she's already out in mainland China. And we already have some information about her teammates. And so now we have a question that we are all dying to know. Do we need NANALLY for Hattorii? This video is especially important for everyone who's planning on skipping NANALLY to get like a guaranteed Hattorii, because we might need to reconsider. As you can see here, I also don't have NANALLY right now. And I'm starting to think that you might definitely need NANALLY for Hattorii. So we have a lot of like confirmation that Hattorii's best team is going to be NANALLY, Jillian, Zero, which is the MC, and Hattorii. That is like her absolute best team, confirmed by everyone. Also basically the best team in the game right now. And her second best team would be to replace Jillian with Hathor. That could work too. And then her third team, or well, not really a third team, more of the cope team, is to replace like NANALLY with like Mint. Now I have like watched and seen a whole bunch of guides right now, and that's basically it. If you don't have NANALLY, you're just gonna have used Mint, and that is all going to make sense once you know what Hattorii does, or what Hattorii like needs. Because now we know that Hattorii is a sub DPS. He's kind of like a burst DPS, and also we have to understand NTE's Esper cycle system. I won't explain everything from the ground up, but as you can see here, now admittedly I did not spend time to study this NTE elemental cycle early enough. I just learned about this recently. I was just applying Genshin Impact logic to my game, but now we have a really good chart over here. So as you can see, Cosmos Hattorii is this Cosmos one, same with like Zero, and she only really works with like the two things that are next to her, like Remora and there's this green one, which is Anima. You could also like connect to like Psyche and with Incantation, but I don't think we have really good Psyche damage dealer, right? We don't even have that much good Psyche like characters right now, other than like Haniel or Aurela. And Incantation has a lot of like good characters. It has Baitang, it has Adler, but none of those like really work well with Hattorii. You still, if you're going for Incantation, then you definitely need like Anima to like connect it, which is, you know, all the more reason that you need NANALLY or like a decent Anima character. But from what we know from Hattorii's kit is that she definitely is going to be the one that applies a lot of the Cosmos, and you're usually going to be playing it with Zero, so you have at least like 2 Cosmos on your team. So she's going to support and buff either one of these, Remora and Blossom, of Lakshana and Anima. And then when you combine that, you see their reaction. There's Remora, there's Blossom. And looking at these 2 reactions, let's just compare. Let's see what Remora does. Remora marks and slows enemies, and as you can tell, this reaction is complete ass. All it does is slows enemies, it seems. Doesn't even do any damage. But you know, I am going to play Hathor, so I will test out and see if this is worth anything. And then there's Blossom, which actually does things, which is going to be the main focus for Hattorii. It spawns an attacking plant turret. I think I never seen this reaction yet. I don't play much Anima characters. I left Mint on the bench. But I will try to like build Mint just to test things out. And when you combine Blossom and Remora, you get Charge, which is what I think the Hathor team is going to do. And Charge gives you more ultimate energy per hit. I don't know how these will play out, but seems pretty good. So as you can tell from this chart, Hattorii wants either a Lakshana and Anima character, like a main driver or a DPS. And in this current state of the game, you will see why I say that Hattorii might need NANALLY a lot, or Hattorii might be brick without NANALLY. So let's first see how much Lakshana character there is in this game, or what are your options if you don't have NANALLY. We got 2 Lakshana characters in the entire game right now. There's Hathor, which can kind of work, but Hathor is not a main DPS. And then we do have a main DPS, but you know this is a 4-star A rank, a random character, Skia. I don't know a single person that plays this character. He might work, but I did see like some people like suggest using him. So it might be very interesting to try him out, but you know, the A stars in this game have like no damage. So I am not too sure about that, and I can guarantee a lot of you aren't playing this character for sure, even if it like works. So Lakshana, the reaction is bad. I mean, not bad. The reaction is one of the reaction of all time. It slows enemies. So the next option, which is the real option, is to go for Anima characters. So let's see the Anima options. And spoiler alert, this game does not have that much characters anyway. So the only anima characters. We actually have 3, so that's 1 more than Lakshana. 1 is Mint. You are 100% going to have to play Mint if you don't have these 2. 1 is wait, why is it showing Sakiri when I click on NANALLY, man? This game is still so damn buggy. Please, NANALLY, please come out. Okay. When I click on it shows, oh wait, no. I think I just need to restart the character index. So basically, the only 2 options are NANALLY and Julian, and very coincidentally, these 2 are. It still shows. It's still bugged. Oh my god, character. You guys just have to pretend that I'm clicking on Julian and NANALLY. So very coincidentally, NANALLY and Julian are also in Hotori's best team. And Julian, you can get her from the selector. I unfortunately wanted to get Baichang and Daffodil, so I missed out on getting Julian. So now every day I just pray that I can get Julian. But you know, eventually in a long time you can buy Julian from the store directly. It's now all hope is lost. But as you can see, NANALLY might be the only like good option for Hattori. And looking at the future characters, potential characters, I don't think we're seeing another anima main DPS coming out anytime soon. Meaning NANALLY probably won't get power creep. And I want to talk about Julian for a second. I've seen some like teams for like people who don't have NANALLY, is that they will use Julian as kind of like a main DPS and then another support character. So if you haven't used your selector yet and you want to play Hattori, definitely get Julian. And if you don't have Julian, or you already use your selector, then you are probably definitely going to need to get NANALLY. And you know, there's like some third option that people talk about, like maybe Hattori can like work with like completely different reactions, like Daffodil or Baichang or something like that. That seems to be just a theory, a game theory, but looking back at Hattori's kit, it might not be good or optimal. I mean, it's definitely not optimal, but like it might not be even worth playing her if you're not going to play Blossom, because looking at one of her passive, one of them is literally just made for Blossom, as you can see here. Ghost Orchid Crest, Blossom Enhancement, prevents Lebenstein attack from pausing during time stop. One of her passives specifically only buffs Blossom, so there's really no reason to not play Hattori that's not Blossom. And Hattori equals playing Blossom equals playing anima characters, which equals playing only one of these 3. And as you guys know, Mint is not making it. People are saying that Mint's damage multipliers is mega cope. Mint's purpose in NTE is to just sell her costumes and all of her interaction in your mansion and your dating scene and all that. She is not meant to do any damage. You can tell from her design she is not meant to do damage. So if you want to play Hattori, you got like 3 choices. Well, not really 3, more like 2. Can I select the goddamn character? You can either play with NANALLY and Julian or NANALLY with Hathor. And then the next floor downwards is like Mint or like Skia. I literally have not seen anyone like try out Hattori with like characters that are not Blossom. So we don't have any like real proof that Hattori can work. The only like hope is that maybe if you don't have NANALLY right now, maybe like the next patch or something, a future, they release a new anima character or like a new like main DPS that like could work with Hattori. But that might be like a long time and you're going to miss out on like playing Hattori, on like actually playing Hattori without your NANALLY. So this is like one more reason, a big reason why we probably need to get NANALLY before Hattori banner comes in. Or else we might be left with, if you don't have NANALLY, you might be forced to like play Mint, or like you don't have Julian, or maybe even Skia. Because looking at all the future characters, it doesn't seem like none of those are like anima main DPS. I mean, they could be, but like, I doubt they will like power creep their poster character NANALLY this quick. So getting NANALLY might be safer, so in the long run. Because you know, one banner is quite long in this game. There's like no new reruns. Standard pools are like a bit like slow. We should take advantage of like this game's launch when they like give you a bunch of like free pulls. We are getting like around like 400 free pulls in like this launch. So getting both NANALLY and Hattori is definitely free to play viable. Unless you're like getting like full awakening NANALLY, I think you definitely have enough. So me personally, I'm probably going to roll for NANALLY. I don't think Hattori's gonna work by herself without any good anima carry that's not NANALLY. And if you don't have Julian, you need NANALLY even more. So that is what seems to be the consensus. I'm just making this video to let y'all know. I mean, y'all that are like me, that are like skipping NANALLY for Hattori, we might need NANALLY. So let me know in the comments down below, unless you found some hidden solution that Hattori can work without NANALLY and Julian, that doesn't involve like needing to play Mint. That would be good. I forgot to mention what other characters do Hattori wants other than like anime character like NANALLY. But for now, Hattori does not work with a lot of characters. She only works with like one reaction, specifically Blossom. But the other like characters that are like definitely going to be in the team is Zero. Is Zero not in the character archive? Zero is definitely the main character. Everyone has him. And the second is probably going to be like Julian or Saikiri. We already said Julian is probably going to be... If you have Julian, you're definitely playing Julian with Hattori. But if you don't have Julian, it's going to be Hathor. And I'm guessing maybe Saikiri. Maybe you can play Mint for like extra animo. Hanyo maybe could work. But you probably have like better characters that are already in place. And I'm seeing that people don't play any like sustain with Hattori team. But in case if we do want to play some sustain, I mean, there's not that much option. There's Fadia, there's Adler that's for free, there's Edgar that you can use too. I mean, you probably don't want to like use too much like far reactions like Incantation and Psyche. So unironically, Edgar might be the best option for like a sustain if you need it for Hattori, because he's like Cosmos. And the other main DPS are just definitely not going to be part of the team. Like Bai Chang is definitely not going to be part of the team. Daffodil is the chaos element, which is completely unrelated. So she's not gonna fit in. Chiz is a Cosmos main DPS, so she and Hattori is not going to trigger any reaction. I mean, they could still work since Chiz kind of like just does her own thing. But if you're playing Chiz, you might as well play her with like other supports, because Chiz is kind of like a special solo unit that like works by herself. Mint, you play Mint if you don't have any like NANALLY. Aurelia, main DPS, you don't play her with Hattori. Julian, definitely play her if you have her. Fadia, if you have her, it could work. NANALLY, like a must play with Hattori. Saikiri. Hattori is probably supposed to like replace Saikiri in like NANALLY team, so you can use Saikiri in your other team. So they kind of serve the same purpose. Plus Saikiri is like Incantation, so don't want to mess with the reaction. And then Skia, yeah, you can try playing some Skia, but I have not seen anyone like tried it. It definitely maybe like works on paper, but like realistically, might as well just play anything else. And that is all the characters we have. And let's see how much of them even like works with Hattori. So this one does not work. This one does not work. This one, I think you don't want her because her Psyche reaction is too far. This one, no one plays Chiz with Hattori. Hathor can work. Kind of like an extra sub DPS and element to trigger charge. So 1, Edgar, people don't play sustain. I say you can play sustain, but like I don't see anyone playing sustain with that team. 1, 2, no one plays Adler with Hattori. Know this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like out of 15 characters, you get like 5 characters that work with... Oh, I forgot about Zero. He's not here. You get about like 6 characters that could work with Hattori. So team composition in this game surprisingly very difficult. So definitely want to make your life a lot easier and just get NANALLY. Hopefully we get NANALLY luckily without sacrificing way too much pull currency. And that way we can also get a guaranteed Hattori as well. So that is my final message of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see y'all next time.